Hi friends, look at what I have here today. This is a balance scale, and this is how you compare the weights of things, how much something weighs. You can try it in your hands. I have a little car and I have a bigger car, and you can kind of feel which one might be a little bit heavier. Even though this one's bigger, it's made out of all plastic. And this one's made out of metal, which makes it a tad bit heavier when I feel it in my hands. But sometimes it's hard to tell if something's heavier or not. Like I have one crayon and one little building piece. I don't know how much they weigh. And I wonder if I could compare and see. I wonder if I took 5 crayons and 5 of these little building things and tried to see how much they weighed. My crayon might not last, might not stay on there. Ooh. So one crayon, there's nothing on this side, so it automatically goes down. What if I put one? Nothing happened. So now we know that the crayons are heavier than that little building piece. But I wonder how many of these it would take to equal the weight of that one so that it balanced. That would mean that the scale stayed at about the same on each side. Let's see. We have 1. Ooh, look at that. It looks like this one's a tad bit lower, but they're both about there. That's 2. Ooh, it tips it. It's just a little bit lower if I, let me take that one off. Well, let's see. It is just about the same. So 1 crayon is about the same as 2 of our building pieces. So let's see what happens if I put 2 crayons on. I think I'm going to have to get the cups out. Because cups let things sit in there. You won't be able to see what's inside, but we'll count it out together. So, my friends, we know that 1 crayon and 2 of the building pieces are the same. If I add a second crayon, so now this side has 2 crayons, I wonder how many am I going to need on this side? I had 2 building pieces for 1 crayon. So now I'm going to have 2 crayons. I think I might need 2 more because I had 1 and 2. So now I'm going to have 2. I think I need to add 2 more. So let's try it. 1, 2. That did it. That made it balance. If I take 1 crayon out, I only have 1 crayon in there now, but I still have 4 building pieces. My 4 building pieces were heavier. But if I take out those 2 building pieces, they go back to being the same. The scale balances out. Let's try some other things. You can try this at home too. I have some Lego building pieces. Let's see. 1 Lego building piece. I wonder if the Lego building pieces and these other building pieces are the same. I'm going to put 1 in there. Oh, it looks like they weigh about the same. So if I get another Lego building piece, so every time I put 1 on this side and I put 1 on this side, it's going to balance out. Now, sometimes that doesn't work. Some things can be a lot heavier. Let's go back and look at our cars. I'm going to put this yellow toy car here where it goes way down. I wonder how many of our building pieces it's going to take for that to balance out. Are you ready to try and see? Now, let's make a prediction. It took 2 of these for 1 crayon. Crayon isn't as heavy as that. So what do you think it's going to be? Could we predict 12 and see if our prediction comes true and test it out? Let's see. 1, 2, nothing happens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We were wrong, but that's okay. We're learning something. Scientists test things out and are wrong all the time. 13. Oh, it started to move. 14. So we predicted 12, but it was 14. We weren't that far off. That just tested our prediction. We tested our prediction. We predicted that it was going to be 12. It was 14. So we learned something, but we learned that, yes, we were incorrect. Our number wasn't right and it was 14. But we also learned that we were very close. And sometimes being close helps you figure out other things down the road. We learned something new today. I wonder, we have 14 in here. I'm going to take the car out. Should we try the bigger car and see? Oh, now 14 is not heavier than that big car. So let's see how many more we need to add to balance the scale out. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Gotta get my bag out. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, starting to move, 31. Oh, I think it's 31. So 31 of our building pieces equaled our big monster truck. It's fun to play with the balance scale. It's fun to see how many things weigh more or less than each other. I'm going to take that out and it's going to go down. I wonder what would happen if I put the entire box of crayons in. I'm going to put my crayons back in the box. And there are 24 crayons in here, plus the box. And the box weighs something too. At home, you know, you could make a scale. You could get some cups and some sticks and tape them together. I have a scale right here that I made myself. It's just a piece of cardboard with some lids on the top so that things don't fall off and a tube in the middle. And it'll flip from side to side and you'll be able to see how much things weigh. So here's my box of 24 crayons. Oh, there were 32 in there, 31. Are you ready to see what happens? So we have 31. I think we're going to have to add a lot. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50, 51. Ooh, that box of crayons is really heavy. I don't know if I'm going to have enough. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Oh, it moved a little. 62, 63, a little more. 64. 64 of our building pieces equals one box of crayons. Friends, balancing things out and seeing how much things weigh is so much fun. Why don't you try it at home? Have a good day, scientists.